breaking things. Don't freak out if you break something. I mean, you're supposed to break things. So what happens? What if you break something during an inspection? Well, we have the answer for you. I was at a chapter meeting once, and it wasn't an InterNACHI chapter. It was a chapter meeting given by like a society of old inspectors, let's say. And somebody was sharing that they performed an inspection and they were in the kitchen, they turned on the dishwasher, yada, yada, yada. The dishwasher leaked all over the floor. And they resolved the issue immediately, just like that. That was fantastic information. I was on the edge of my seat. I was holding my coffee. I had to put it down. I couldn't believe I was going to get this amazing tip on how to resolve this issue where you turn on the dishwasher and it leaks all over the floor and there's water and soap all over the floor. Oh my gosh, what a mess. How did it resolve like that? He said, I offered to pay for the whole thing and I bought a new dishwasher. That isn't a, no, what? Oh my God. I literally got up out of my seat and I said, I can't attend to this chapter anymore. I don't want to learn this crap. That's terrible advice. So you as a home inspector, if you turn on the dishwasher and it leaks all over the floor, that's what you're there to find. If you use normal operating controls and the garage door falls off its rails, if you flush the toilet and it leaks all over the tile floor, if you, you should be turning around and waiting for someone to pat you on the back and congratulate you and thank you. Oh, thank you so much. If you reach underneath the bathroom sink cabinet and touch the trap and it cracks into your hand because it's that soft brass chrome-plated old thing, and it just cracks in your hand, you know what I do? Take a picture of it and put it in the report. Said this thing cracked in my hand. It broke right there. It broke right when I was inspecting it. Well, I touch things when I inspect it, of course. What if you find a wood rot underneath really nice painted windowsill, just recently painted, and your screwdriver goes right through? Guess what I do? I wiggle around a little bit, stick that screwdriver in there a little bit better, take a picture of it and put it in a report. I didn't make the wood rot. I didn't break anything, found it. So let's click a link and look. I never liked that chapter advice. That was terrible. Got out of that. Click the link and here's what you do if you break something during an inspection. Doing damage during an inspection, that's your job, right? If you accidentally break something or something accidentally breaks, there's a difference between, like, one time I bent over and I hit my head on a shelf and it was porcelain baby shoes on a shelf. And the shelf was attached to the wall with pins, like little pins, like thin little, it wasn't nails, it was just pins. They had these special, and the crack, it was $150 to replace them. Yeah. Replace them or fix them. I think they fixed them, glued them back together, all those little pieces. That I broke. Did I tell you about the wine? Yeah. I crushed a gutter with my ladder. I went up on a ladder and I just crushed it, right? That's my fault. But something like a dishwasher leaking, a garbage disposal that leaks, you stick your finger at the bottom of a rusted metal pipe or something, or you stick your screwdriver through a rusted cast iron pipe where the TPR valve discharges all over the floor on the boiler, and it just, the things that you grab a truss component and it falls out in your hand, right? This is doing damage during inspection and it's not your fault. It's actually your job. So remember, use this little simple test, it says here. So read this article, but it comes down to this. If it would break during normal use for your clients on the day that they moved into their brand new dream home, could you imagine that your clients, rightly or wrongly, might call you and complain, even if it wasn't your job to check it? Your answer is probably going to be yes. they're going to call you on a problem, then would it not be your fault that it broke at the time of the inspection during normal operation if you did happen to check it? And certainly it's not your responsibility to have it repaired. So it would not be your fault if you checked it, if you did at the time of the inspection what they are eventually going to do. So did I say that correctly? When they move in and they they turn let's just stick with the dishwasher, right? They turn on the dishwasher and it leaks, right? Then they call you up. What if you did that during the inspection and it leaked, right? That's your job. You want to find those problems. You want to create those situations and document them. I would rather turn on the dishwasher during the inspection and have it leak than to have my client move into their home, turn on the dishwasher for the first time and have it leak. So remember, reframe the situation the next time you think you've caused damage during an inspection. It's not your responsibility to repair things. It's your responsibility to break them. So don't freak out. Don't freak out. And according to, the NRG Home Inspection Standards of Practice, I mean, this is a limited visual inspection only. You're not even required to find all the problems in a home. There are defects all over this room right here, this office room right here that I'm doing my video in, right? But I'm not required to find them all. I'm not required to report them all. I'm required to do two things. I'm required to report upon the defects that I both see, I see that problem, and I deem it to be, I consider it to be, I describe it to be a major, major problem, a material defect. So I have to do two things. I have to both see it and deem it material. If I don't see it, if there's a defect above my head right here in the ceiling, and I don't see it, I can't possibly report upon it. If I see it and I don't think it's a big deal, I don't have to report upon it. So the Home Inspection Standards of Practice is a really good document, standard to refer to and adhere to as much as you can. But yeah, that's the difference between finding a defect and making a defect. It's your job to find defects. And if it breaks in your hand, that's fantastic. I get all happy about it. I take a picture of it. That's what I want you to do too.